information for you. We need to buy a house in 30 days.
I'm Eric Ackerson.
I'm Joyce Chen.
And we
are first-time home buyer.
So what fears did I have about buying a home today? We're afraid of making a mistake, buying a house that was more expensive than it was worth, having problems that we couldn't foresee that upon looking at the house, we wouldn't realize were there, but found out later and then are stuck with major repairs, finding a neighborhood and buying a house in that didn't meet our needs or just had some strange things going on, bad traffic or maybe some bad neighbors which you can't control.
I have a main concern is about the house feng shui. I don't like living in a place that just give me bad influence forever. I hate that.
We found Amanda pre-COVID when it was still possible to drop in on open houses, and Joyce and I were occasionally stopping in at a house that looked interesting, and she just happened to be showing one of those houses. And in talking with her about that particular house, I felt very comfortable. She was very warm and knowledgeable about that particular home and the home buying process. So a few months later, when the COVID lockdown happened and we needed to have a realtor to help us actually look at houses, I felt like it was a perfect match to contact Amanda and have her help us. Again, because I felt comfortable with her, she was knowledgeable about the area, and really easy to talk to. This is our first experience buying a home. We never had a realtor besides Amanda show us homes. We did run into realtors at open houses pre-COVID, and frankly, many of those realtors either didn't give us much time, they just brushed us off, although I do like not being overly salesperson type and pushy, or they were super pushy and then we couldn't feel a rapport or comfortable with that person. As for Amanda, she was just so warm, welcoming, eager to answer our questions, and available pretty much 24/7. I hope her other customers don't contact her as much as we did. I think we sometimes felt we were talking to her too much, texts late at night, follow-up details, but she was always very responsive and had information.
For example, she took us to a lot of open houses, 20, 30, 40, I forgot. Just tons of open house, but she never feels so tired with us, and no matter what time I contact her, she always responds to my message. I think that's the thing that me feel, she's professional, and in addition to that, she's also very helpful, I think.
You know, I would add that in the process of working with Amanda, she got to know us. She would ask us questions. She would pay attention to little things when we were touring a house, and like Joyce said, we probably looked at least at 30 homes. And Amanda would remember small details of a particular house that we either liked or did not like. And then when we would recommend a house that we wanted to look at, she would say, oh no, remember this other house had this feature and you did not like that. Or you saw another house that was similar and missing this feature and you said, we don't want to look at another home like that. So she helped narrow down our search in that regard for the features of the home, as well as neighborhoods that we like or didn't like. And she was able to, with her knowledge of the market and what we were looking for, help pick those neighborhoods with homes that had the features we want and in the price that we were looking for. So I would recommend Amanda to anybody I know, friends, family, coworkers, passers-by on the street, or somebody at the coffee shop, because she was so easy to work with. Warm, welcoming, paid attention to what we were looking for. She really had our interests at heart. She was trying to do her best to help us, and she had no lack of energy. Like I pointed out, we looked at least 30 houses, and she was knowledgeable and driven to help us find what we were looking for.
My friends, they have Eastern meets the Western culture. Then Amanda knows what the people from East, what they are concerned, and what the Western culture is concerned. I think that's a good mix. For instance, Eric and I, we had a lot of discussion about what type of the house we really want to buy in terms of what the first 3 priorities we want to focus. We always have an agreement or disagreement. But I think Amanda, she knows because she has concept from American culture and also combined with Eastern culture.
It took a while looking at so many homes, but working with Amanda was real fun, and it actually became such an important part of what we were doing for that period of time. I feel like I'm gonna miss her when this process is over.